What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode review of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Today we are talking about episode 5, titled The Truth, and this is the penultimate episode of the series or season, whatever you want to say, and of course next week will be the final episode of the season, so very exciting. And for this episode, it's much more light on the action compared to last episode, and it's more character development and character-centric focus this episode, which I think is a well-deserved, nice little break to have in between from last episode, which was crazy, and of course next episode being the season final. So it makes sense to have the episode in between that, just calm, relaxing a bit, just kind of like, more about the characters themselves right now than the story. Well, still the story, but you know what I mean. This was a pretty good episode. I still think I liked last week's episode as my favorite still so far. I mean, jury's still out till last episode, but this was still a pretty good episode for being very character-focused. This episode overall, it felt more like a season final, like a proper final episode, because the way it was like structured and how everything was going out and playing out in the story, it felt more like the final episode of how, there was developments happening and like stuff was being decided upon and like characters like almost felt like they were saying goodbye. Like it kind of just felt like that, and it was very, very interesting, but yeah, who knows. But anyway, so for last episode, of course, it picks up where we left off with last episode, where John, he now is on the run a bit, but then immediately Bucky and Sam catch up to him, and our one fight scene we get in the episode, of course, is them, like, in a very brutal, awesome fight scene with them just, beating the crap out of Walker. It was like it really, you see here why, I forget what the exact rating was of the show, but this show had the most highest rating, like, in terms of, like a rating, like a PG rating, like, a special kind of TV, I don't know the names of these ratings for TV shows, what they get, but like, it had a pretty high TV rating, like in between a PG-13 R rating, I think, something like that. I mean, like, so for like being a bit more gruesome a bit than most Marvel stuff. And you can see here, there's like parts where you see in the fight where you see like a stream of blood kind of just come off Bucky's like mouth, and like I'm like, geez, this is a bit gruesome. And the fight is pretty like close and like rough and stuff. It's very, and you see in the fight like John, he's like there's no remorse left in this guy. Like immediately, he's telling them, they're trying to calm him down, saying, we can work this out a bit. And he's saying how, it was the heat of the moment, he killed my friend, and then they're like, okay, maybe we can work this out and explain it to them and such. But then they're telling him, you gotta give up the shield, man. It's like, you can't have it. But then he's like, no, screw you guys, I'm not giving up, which I was right about last week. He was gonna go crazy and be like, no, I'm not giving up even Captain America. And they have an awesome fight and stuff. It's really insane. And even then, like, afterwards, he tries being reasonable with Sam and Falcon. God damn. Why do you keep doing this? Like, he's first like very, okay, I'm listening a bit, but then as soon as they say, hey, we're taking the shield away, he's like, no, I'm not giving the shield. Like, as soon as that happens, he doesn't hesitate trying to like cut off Sam's head as well. Also, literally, I just forgot. I literally said Sam and Falcon again. Like, why do I keep saying them as two people? They're one person. But yes, he has no remorse. He doesn't think twice about trying to cut off Sam's head. It's like, it's insane. The fight's pretty awesome. There's a great part where like Bucky holds up some John and then runs towards Sam, and then Sam with his jetpack just blasts forward the shield and like just knocks him out. It's pretty cool. And of course also they manage to get the shield off of John and break his arm in the process too. So it's a pretty gruesome fight, honestly, and like it's a good fight to start off the episode to let you guys know that the episode will be kind of more quiet and calm for the rest of it. And that really is most of the episode on. It's mostly just a lot of like, calm, quiet character development kind of stuff. To go back to Walker, of course, he's taken to a Senate hearing about how, we're going to discharge you, you're not going to get any royalties or stuff. Right, I forget exactly what they said, but they said something like how you're not going to get any, like, money or anything. Like, you're kind of like, you won't get anything from this now. Like, you're kind of like, you won't get any medals anymore. You kind of like lose all your honor and respect, basically, is what they're saying. And, of course, he's giving them crap, saying, like, no, I am Captain America. And they're like, no, you're not anymore. And then he's complaining, like, I know what's best. They don't know anything anymore. And of course the episode ends. We do get an after credits scene in the episode where we see him like he's building his own Captain America shield and such, and like putting his Medal of Honors on the shield and such. Which like it definitely, because in the comics he's a character called the U.S. Agent, so that's definitely what's happening here as well. I'm not sure if because for the shield it does have this, it still has the red, white, and blue color scheme. I mean in the comics he has the same color scheme, just minus switch blue with black. I'm not sure if he's gonna have that color scheme too, because he still has his uniform of Captain America. So I'm not sure if he'll make it black or the shield will be black. I assume what I'm hoping for is that he doesn't die at the end of the of the season. I really doubt he'll die. I'm not really seeing that happening for the character. He'll probably get locked up, and like which will possibly lead to like later on another appearance where he'll put on like his U.S. agent costume from the comics. So that's what I think will happen there. Anyway, so of course during the sequence, one thing that happens was he meets up with a character who I had to write her name down. Like kind of having a hard time remembering it. A character named Contessa Valentina. And there's also another part of her name called Allegra was in it, but it's mostly Contessa Valentina. This was a character they were hinting at for a little bit now in the show, saying there's going to be a big character from the comics showing up, which I was kind of like, there better be? Because if you pull a WandaVision on us again, where someone was just lying the whole time, and it's just, psych, it's just another version of me, like, I'm just going to be livid. But no, it is actually a character. It's not a major character, it's not like a... It's not like a freaking like Mr. Fantastic kind of level major character they were like kind of hinting at, speculating. No, it's just like it's a small. Well, I wouldn't say small, but it's like not a major character. And from this character, from what I didn't know who it was either. From what I learned, she's a character in the comics who she at one point does lead Hydra. She becomes a character named Madam Hydra. There's apparently a few people in the comics who have taken that name. I've seen a few characters in like Madam Hydra in some cartoon and such. So, but she's probably one of those people who have taken that name. She runs Hydra at some point, so I'm not sure if that's the direction they're going with. But apparently what I read is that they said that she was supposed to, she's going to be in the Black Widow movie, and originally that was where we were going to see her first, because like that was originally, before all the delays and shutdowns happened, Black Widow was supposed to be the first thing we saw in Phase 4, and then Falcon Winter Soldier was going to be the next thing. So it was going to go from Black Widow, this character, to then immediately to here, so it would have made more sense. Now, doesn't exactly, and we're still not seeing Black Widow until July 9th, because we have Loki before then, so we still won't see like much about the character still. So, I mean, I'm not really sure. I've heard some other things how this could possibly be set up for the Thunderbolts or Dark Avengers, like like an anti-version, like anti-supervillains or like anti-superhero group and like villains working together, stuff like that. Which is also his lot of theories with Zemo. He might be part of it. U.S. agent might be part of it too. If that's where they're going, it seems like that's possibly something they're doing. Which I would like to see. But yeah, shoot. But yeah, the Dark Avengers, like they were a bunch of villains in the comics who like dressed up as superheroes, so like Norman Osborn as Iron Man, Venom as Spider-Man, some other guy as Wolverine, stuff like that. And the Thunderbolts are just a bunch of supervillains who work for the governments. So similar to the Suicide Squad, but not quite similar because they don't have like bombs in their necks and something like that. So. But yeah, but there's that, so that could be possibly where they're going with that character and John, and maybe Zemo also. Zemo also has now been captured again by the Dora Milaje. He's been arrested. We see him in like he's now Sokovia, almost forgot the name. Bucky meets up with him, doesn't kill him and such, and then the Dora Milaje take him away. And they say they're taking him to the Raft, which the Raft was the prison in Civil War that was underwater that all the heroes, like all of Cap's members, were taken to prison to after the airport battle. That was cool them naming it the Raft. I always thought, I mean, a lot of people said that basically was the Raft in the film, but they never called it that. So I like that they now officially named it the Raft, because like in the comic, it's a major prison in the comics where they store a lot of the supervillains in the comics. So I'm excited for that. I think there's a lot of potential this could be where Thunderbolt is leading, because if John Walker does live, which I think he will, he'll probably go there too, and like there might be, I'm theorizing that we'll possibly see an after credits scene maybe where like General Thunderbolt Ross might go there and recruit them to be part of the Thunderbolts. That's like a theory I have, but I'll get to more of that kind of stuff at the end when I say what I anticipate to see next episode. And also a lot of stuff with Sam and Bucky. Of course, they're finally starting to get along. They're like, Bucky comes to where Sam lives to help him out with like him and his sister's boat, trying to fix it up and such. And they're starting to get along, be more buddy bud. And also Bucky now, forgives Sam, not forgives Sam, he apologizes for being kind of a dick to him about how you shouldn't have given up the shield, man. Why did you do that? Because he now understands like that there's a lot of struggle and pressure he had about black man being Captain America and such, and he apologizes for that, like saying, I didn't understand that. Me and Steve never can understand that, so my apologies. And he also tells him how like Walker wasn't your fault, man. You wouldn't have known how that would have gone downhill. So like. Which is great. It's nice seeing them finally become like actual good buddies now. I wouldn't say they're good buddies, but they are buddies now. So, which is nice. It's very nice to finally see that. And of course, also, Sam, his sister has finally decided not to sell the ship that she was fixing up the sell. Then she decides, no, I don't want to sell this, and Sam's like happy about that now and such. So there's just that one quick thing. But yeah, so Sam gives Bucky some advice about, how to handle, like, his amending stuff, because he talks about how, I've been amending my past, and he's like, no, you haven't, you've been avenging. Like, you've just been going to these people. I had to write this down also, I forgot to remember exactly what it was. It was like, he said, you were just avenging all the wrongdoers you enabled as the Winter Soldier. And he tells them, you have to actually go to these people and say, sorry, because, like, you thought doing that before was making you feel better. What you need to do, you actually need to go to some of these people and say sorry and, like, help some of them find closure. And he says there's a lot of people that I have to do that with. He's like, well, that's cool, just do it with one person at least. Which, of course, will lead back to the character Miyazaki from the first episode of the show. So he'll finally, that'll be definitely a sad scene to see of him tell him that, he's the reason his son is dead, so, that'll be a rough scene, that'll be rough to watch a bit, so, but yeah, it does help him out a lot. He has good talk, thanks, so, it's nice seeing them get to become more buddy-buddy, and, yeah, of course also Sam's now trained with the shield to become Captain America now more so. Bucky also got a favor from Io and the Wakandans to, like, make something for Sam in this suitcase. We don't see what it is, but we can all assume it's probably a Captain America suit. So it's probably a vibranium suit, so indestructible, so that's going to be awesome. I don't know whether or not they're going, if he's just going to wear a Captain America suit, or is he also going to have a new set of wings, because in the comics Sam does have the wings with the suit still, so I remember when that first happened in the comics, I'm like, why do you still have the wings? Like, it's kind of a weird choice to still have. I feel like he probably should maybe have the wings still, just to make him at least still different from Steve Rogers' Captain America, like, differentiate them a bit, like, okay, this Captain America has his thing, this one has his thing, so, like, I feel like that would be a good way to, like, differentiate the two types of Captain Americas they were, so, but who knows. And of course also, like, stuff with his Flag Smashers, they were not that present or pivotal in the episode. They are planning to now attack the GRC headquarters in New York City, because they're now getting ready to start passing and voting on a bill to, like, start moving all the refugees back into their home countries. Some are kind of like, we should do this, some are like, no, like, we don't have enough sufficient supplies yet, or resources to do that, and the camps they're all staying in don't have enough supplies either, all this stuff, because of the government things. But of course, the episode ends with them getting ready to attack the place, with the help of Backtrack the Leaper, so I knew he was coming back at some point in the show. You'll see earlier before that, Sharon Carter was on the phone with Batroc, talking with him, saying that she got him out of prison, like, bailed him out, and is paying him money to go work with the Flag Smashers, I guess. So I'm not sure what that's about. Like, I know there's theories that she's a power broker. I don't think she's a power broker, but definitely there's something kind of going on there. I mean, maybe she is, I don't know, I could be wrong. Excuse me, sorry about that one. So that's interesting. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if he's paying him to go work with them to screw them over. So I'm very curious, because, like, maybe these power broker theories might pan out, because he threatened Carly Morgenhan that he or she was coming after them to, like, get what belonged to him or her, which of course was the super soldier serum. So it's possible that's what is happening. I don't know. I mean, Batroc's working with the Flag Smashers to get revenge on Falcon, because they know he'll be there. But yeah, so maybe that's part of the plan, that she got Batroc out of jail to, because if she is a power broker, she hired Batroc to go help them out, but then, stab them in the back and get the serum and stuff, or, like, what's left of it, or, so, well, no, there is no serum left, it's only them, so maybe it's just, like, maybe he wants them to be captured to, like, drain their blood to try and, get some serum still. I don't really know. It's very curious to see. They've been really light with Sharon since she had one major episode, but then she's been, like, very briefly in the last two, so I don't know what's going to happen then with Sharon, like, if she... I'm still saying that she's not a power broker, but I could be wrong, so there's all that. And again, we're still seeing more how some of Carly's, like, Flag Smasher friends are not agreeing with her methods now. Because now Carly's kind of given to the fact that, yeah, we're criminals, like, who cares at this point? And, like, and Batroc brings some weapons for them to use, like grenades and stuff like that. And one of her buddies, again, is like, oh, so now we're working with criminals? Like, I'm definitely thinking that by next episode, there'll be a bit of a power struggle with them saying, this is not right, we were not about this whole crazy stuff, like, this is ridiculous now. So, I definitely think that's going to happen next episode. So, I think I've covered... Oh yeah, there's also finally the Isaiah Bradley thing. We go more into detail about what happened with him, and it's very messed up and sad where, back in the day, like, it was, like, where we thought originally he volunteered to become the new Captain America, or at least get Super Soldier Serum. They had several test subjects back in the day, and they didn't tell them what they were being injected with. They were just being told it was tetanus, but it was actually Super Soldier Serum. And then once they had it, they sent them on missions, but some weren't stable, and slowly a lot of them died off. But Isaiah was the only successful one, which is also similar in the comics. He was the only one that it worked. The serum worked on. In the comics, they were like, he was like one of 100 people, I think, that were tested on, and he was the only one that was successful. And at one point during a mission, his men got captured in a POW camp, and the government were planning to like bomb it, destroy it, so like there's no evidence that they made other Captain America type people. And Isaiah Bradley didn't like this, so he broke out of the facility he was in and went to the POW camp to save his men. And for that, he got punished and got jail time for, like, doing the right thing, which is, again, it's really messed up. It's more so, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm really liking how this show is like showing these, like, how kind of messed up the world is with that kind of stuff, how they treat black people a lot of time, and so especially in America, it's like messed up a lot. That in particular is like really, he got jail time for 30 years, and he only got out of jail because one nurse took pity on him and like did fake some papers and said he's now dead, so that's how we got out of there. And also his wife died while he was in jail, and like they wouldn't let him get any of her letters, so just, it's very messed up. I really want to see a flashback scene of Isaiah back in his prime as a Captain America type character. So, I mean, I'm not sure if we will. I doubt we're seeing that next episode. I would like to see it at some point. Maybe like I want to see a fight. I want to see him fight Winter Soldier back in the day. It'd be awesome. But I really dug the whole like Isaiah Bradley stuff. There wasn't a lot in the whole show, but it was very. What we did get to see was it was cool and sad just seeing this like very dark side to the MCU where they treat Steve Rogers like a hero but treat him like crap. So that was all very good. Not very good, sorry, not the right word. But it was all very interesting to watch and see unfold. I think I covered everything I possibly could. Yeah, I did. But yeah, so I think overall this was a very good episode. I think I would say 8, 9. Yeah, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 probably. I think the one gripe again I'll say is they keep making it sound like Cap is dead. I don't know. I mean, there's some people who spotted an Easter egg in the first episode of that museum thing showing that, here's actually proof here showing he's not dead. It just says he's retired. So, which I believe he is retired, but like, I don't know why the show is so weird about saying how he's gone. I'm like, why, okay, if he's retired, why make it sound like he's dead? It's very weird, because like I said before, in my first episode review, I would hate it if they killed him off screen, because that would be such a major character, you can't kill him off screen. That'd be ridiculous. But yeah, overall the show's been really great so far. I can't wait to see where the next episode goes. Like, it's going to be insane. I'm not sure. This episode was an hour long, so like, I wonder how long the next episode will be. It can't be longer than that. It has to be like maybe hour and 5 minutes maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so predictions next episode, like, we're going to see Sam in a Captain America costume and wielding the shield. The government will probably mad at him like, hey, we didn't give you permission to be Captain America, but he's like, yeah, but Steve Rogers did, so suck it. I'm not sure if we'll see, like I said, I'm not sure if we'll see just a normal costume or him with the wings also with it. I don't know. Bucky will be there to help him as well. He said, just tell me once you have a lead and such. We also know that his one pal, Joaquin Torres, who's Falcon's buddy, who we saw at the beginning of the show, he gives him the wings and tells him to keep them because they're broken now. In the comics, that character does become another version of Falcon, so that's definitely set up for that. What else? Yeah, we'll see. I feel like Carly might... I don't know, I'm kind of iffy on whether or not she'll get killed or not. I'm not sure. I feel like Walker would probably kill her. I feel like Walker will live. He'll probably go to jail. Carly, I'm uncertain of if she'll live or not. That's ambiguous for me. I feel like we'll probably see Rhodey again, maybe. I feel like we probably will. And like I said, after that scene with General Ross, possibly with Zemo and Walker and the raft. That's my theory. I doubt that one will pan out. Honestly, it's just my little fun theory I have for what could happen. So, but yeah. Thank you all for watching. Tell me in the comment section down below, what did you think of this episode of Falcon Winter Soldier? Is it your favorite one? Is it not your favorite one? Let me know down below. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next week where we talk about the final episode of the season. And yeah, so yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys all later. Goodbye.